And the dog? What sound does the dog make?
Sky.
Outside? Sky, yeah. Do you see the sky? Where's the sky?
Sky.
Yeah, is that the sky?
My daughter's name is Adelina Burgos. We had Adelina March 14th, 2022. She was jaundiced when she was born, and her pediatrician said that it will take some time for it to clear out. In May, we got a call following up from our pediatrician, and we had mentioned to her that she was still showing signs of jaundice and her eyes were still yellow. Mama, do you want to go to the park?
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Having a daughter, right? And I mean, just having a child, I felt like my faith hit like a new chapter, where it was almost like, you are getting to pour into a child the way that God pours into you. So like the love that God has given you and has poured out on you, you're able to do that for like your kid.
Her pediatrician checked in on us in May to see how Adelina was doing and how her jaundice was progressing. Her pediatrician had her come in, they did a blood test, and while we waited for results, I actually went to the church and was just waiting. When she called us, she had already spoken to Children's Hospital and the head of the liver department and had already arranged for us to get there tonight because she was showing signs of liver failure. So she had a liver biopsy, and they were able to determine that her bile ducts were completely closed off. Her liver had all of the toxins trapped in there. So the next step would be for her to have a liver surgery called the Kasai procedure. And they took her small intestine and connected it to her liver.
There was a lot of times where we were crying together, we were praying together, and just being like, you know what, God, you're gonna do something. We were like just worshiping in that hospital room, and just like, God, whatever you're gonna do, let it be. You're so sweet.
A lot of what we were experiencing was very unknown as new parents, understanding what was entailed for us with this disease, to understand exactly what Adelina was gonna go through. And our liver team, our doctor at the time, didn't give us, these are your next 10 steps. After surgery, this is what's gonna happen. It was very much, we do a procedure, we run some tests, we see what those tests conclude, and then we evaluate next steps. And I have a hard time not feeling in control of things. It brings me back to the cross. Like, I think about how God must have felt seeing his son in the cross, seeing his son die for our sins. And as a mom, being like in those moments when we're handing her to a surgeon, that felt so hard for us to do. And it just, the weight of what Jesus did means significantly more having us go through this process of surrendering, letting go, and giving control. But we really felt God's grace through it all.
Surgery got delayed a few times, and we were like, okay, you're doing something. What's going on? Why is this happening? We got a text saying, hey, you guys are clear. We're gonna be sending you guys over. As they open the doors for us to go out, Pastor Elliott walks in with the chaplain of Children's Hospital, and we're like eyes are full of tears, just like this is what we needed. And at that moment, he prays for us, and he's like, we're in this, and for me, I was like, God's in this. God's about to do something. There were so many moments like that it was just like people came to our side. And I think that's what kind of speaks the most about that community and just like how necessary it is. I don't think this Christian walk is able to happen without that community.
We have a hug. I think now, after a year and a half after her surgery, we have seen a lot of improvement in her health and in her liver function. A lot of what we have experienced with Adelina and will continue to experience for the rest of her life is whether or not she would need a liver transplant. That for us is very unknown, and just trusting in God that He has a purpose and a plan for her.
This whole thing has, stirred faith for us. Stirred faith because we're continuing to believe for a miracle. Continue to believe that, believe God at His word. That when He said that she is clothed in strength, that she's gonna laugh without fear of the future. We can truly believe that, and that we can believe that God is gonna do even more. And more than we could ever think or imagine. And sometimes it's not the way that we want it to happen, but His plan is so much more creative and so much more loving and caring than we could ever think. And it's stirred faith for us to just believe for the impossible for others. And I think that's been a great thing that we've just seen in our marriage, to just be able to stir faith for others like that. So, yeah.
Is that good? Is that a good family hug? Yeah.
Love it.